In today's video, we're going to talk about how to double your income. I'm going to tell you the secrets of doubling your income. So you're going to want to pay close attention to this video. Also, I had actually made this video at my whiteboard yesterday, but I decided not to use that video. And it's very rare because I took about an hour's worth of my time yesterday morning to make that video. But the reason why I decided not to make that video or not to post that video, at least for right now, is because I want to really like drill down, give you the details and the I want to make you feel and understand what I'm about to tell you, because if you're struggling financially, if you're struggling to make more money to get to the lifestyle that you want to be at, then you're going to want to watch this video. And and you need to pull out a piece of paper, because what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give you some action steps at the end of this video that you need to take. But you got to watch this video because there's important information within this video on what you need to do when you do take those action steps. Now, I know, because I'm just like you in the past, you want to make more money. Like, you really want to make more money, but you really don't understand what to do. You don't know how to do it. And most of all, especially in today's world, you don't even know who to trust. You don't know if you're getting some real information. You don't know if somebody is just on YouTube just spouting out some stuff. People rarely ever want to really prove that they know what they're talking about by the results that they're getting from being in business. So I'm all about being a results oriented individual. I'm been in business going on 35 years. Been on my own since 1990. Since 1991, I have not worked for anyone. I've worked solely for myself with my businesses, and I've owned several different companies. Right now, I own four different companies, but I actively uh, run two of my companies. So I know that you want more time freedom. You want to live a good lifestyle. You want more time with your family. You want to make more money. You want security. You want comfort. You don't want any surprises. You kind of want to have stuff be steady. We all want that. You want stuff to be steady. And you want it to be some type of steady improvement in your life. And so what I want to do is I want to give you some action steps on some things that I want you to think about, because part of the reasons why you're having trouble getting to the next step, if you are working a job and you're trying to start a business to make more money, or you have a business and you're trying to make more money with that business, you seem to be stuck where you can't get to the next level. I'm going to give you some action steps that I had to pay attention to be able to get myself to the next level. And I'm going to elaborate on some. Some of them I'm going to have you go out there and do your homework, so you don't think that somebody's just going to give you stuff on a silver platter. Because when it comes down to you being successful in your business, no one is going to hand you nothing. So get that out of your mind. There are no free nothing out there, no free passes, or no go pass go cards and all of that stuff, or whatever you want to say. So let's talk about first making money. The way that most of you who are watching this video is used to the idea of being able to make more money. So if you work somewhere, your idea of making more money is to work more hours, because you right now your most dependable way that you make money is by working more hours, is by working the hours that you work. And then you say to yourself, if I want to make more money, I need to work more hours. This is something that actually kind of moved over with me when I started my first company. It was like, okay, if I want to make more money, I need to work more hours. And I'm going to do a spoiler alert right now with this, is that as a business owner, the way to make more money is not for you to work more hours. Trust me, the less hours that I work, the more money I make. And this is the way that that I judge it. Let's just say that on a given day, my business makes $5,000 on a given day, and I'm here working in my office for 8 hours, and obviously the sales are coming in for the business, and I make $5,000. I'm sitting here, and we make $5,000. Now, that's good money, $5,000 for one day revenue. Now, just think about this. I've made that amount of money and more without being at my office, where I didn't even work at all and made that kind of money. So what would you say, if you were in that same situation, would you be thinking, okay, well, in a way, you just made even more money. It was more valuable to you because you were able to do exactly what you wanted to do that day, and you still had that same amount of income. I'm going to show you how this is available for you right now, and it's not any specific business. I'm going to tell you about some things that you need to be thinking about, some things that are out here for us right now, that when I really start to pay attention to this, it made it available for me to be able to do that. And so now, right now, you're thinking about working more hours. If I work more hours, I'm going to make more money, get the time and a half, all of that stuff. And if you have a business, you're thinking you got to work more hours to make more money. And with business, there is something, and I'm going to only touch on it just for a few minutes here, is that there is this pyramid of success that happens with business. And you've probably heard of it before, where a business owner will work a lot. It's like we're studying, and I used to do this when I was younger. When I had first started my first company, is I was like up in the middle of the night just looking at things for my business, thinking about ideas and all this stuff. My wife thought I was crazy, and like, are you getting ready to come to bed? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm sitting there just studying and just looking at stuff. And this is back in 1992, 1993, 94. I was just like deep in study. But then there comes a point where you have to put stuff into action. And this is where a lot of business owners fall short. And I'm not going to really talk too much about this in this video, but this is where a lot of business owners fall short. So we all, business owners, we think, and people who work for other people, work more hours, make more money. That's the way that you're going to do it. As a business owner, you work at a certain period of time where it's like you internalize your business. But this is where a lot of business owners fall short, is that they forget to allow that level to have a break with no trust. And I was talking with a business owner the other day, and I was like, if you're going to get to the next level, you're going to have to trust people. And they were like, I can't trust nobody. They're going to tear up what I got. I'm here to tell you, the day that I started trusting people and let them do stuff and make mistakes was the day that my income just shot up to where I didn't even have to be at work. I was making money without being at work, because I had said, if they mess up, nobody's perfect, we can fix it. And when a business owner gets that in their mind, that things could be fixed if employees mess up, you are well on your way. But I'm not going to elaborate too much about that in this video. So now let's get back to working more hours. So everybody's thinking, business owner, or if you work for somebody, if I can work more hours, I'm going to make more money. So let's look at it this way. What if you could clone yourself? Since you're thinking that way, what if you could just clone yourself? So you have you working 40 hours a week for your business or for yourself, and you have a clone of yourself. Now, when you clone yourself, it's going to be the perfect person. It's going to have no attitude. It's going to not get tired because it's a machine. It's not going to miss any hours because it doesn't need to sleep. It just maybe plug it in to recharge. It's always going to be on time, and it's going to be the perfect you. It's going to say and do things the way that you want it said and done perfectly, because you programmed it to be that way, right? So follow me. So this is a clone of you. Now, we know right now that is not happening, that you cannot clone yourself. There's no way that you're going to clone yourself and have it go out there and do the work for you like you do right now for your job or even for your business. But what if I was to tell you there is a way to clone yourself? And this is something that when I thought about this video, I was looking at the things that I've done to make my life easier for me with my business, to make it run smoother, and also something that I didn't even really think about until I started getting feedback from clients. And it was like, well, and I'm going to talk about the tools that I use, but it was like I kept getting the same message from you, and I just thought, hey, you're the company that I want to work with. And I was like, how can that person get that? And then I thought about it. And so with these tools that I'm about to go over with you, these are tools and applications that are available to everybody on the internet. Any business owner can utilize them. You've heard of the ones that I'm about to mention, but let me tell you the difference. And this is how you will know that I'm really, truly a business person by what I'm about to say. Is that the reason why any of these tools, if you're utilizing them in your business or you've heard of them before and they didn't work for you, or you tried them, it's because you didn't have any feeling in them. You didn't put your feeling in them. So just like if you were going to program a clone, do you think that you would take the time to program a clone that's going to be half-assed? Do you think that you're going to program a clone that's not going to be the best of what you are? Absolutely not. You're going to program that clone to be the best of what you are. But business owners, for some reason, when they utilize these tools, they forget that these tools are actually an extension of you. So what I want to do is I'm going to show, look at this. This is a cell phone. I would bet you right now that with that cell phone, that you feel like your cell phone, because I know mine too, is like it's an extension of you. If you lose your cell phone right now, you will have a certain feeling in your body that's like you don't feel good. And then you got a feeling when you have your cell phone that you feel good, like you get to look through it, scroll, stay connected, all of this stuff. The same things, the same feelings that you have with your cell phone, you need to put that in what you do utilizing tools for your business. So now I'm about to talk about some of the tools that I utilize in my business. These are things that I use on a daily basis that make my life easier, makes my business run smoother, and actually makes money for my business. Helps me make money while I'm asleep. So now, advertising and marketing. So you might be saying, well, I've done advertising, I've done marketing. Well, you haven't put your feeling into it. Evaluate what you've done and make sure that you're not just saying stuff to be saying stuff, that you're actually marketing your business. And if your business is about you being the person for the business, like for my business, I'm the person for the business. When I get on there and I speak and I talk, I'm talking from the heart. I'm putting the feelings that I get from running my business, from doing what I'm teaching other people to do. I'm going to put that same feeling into it. Just like this video. This is the stuff that I do. This is serious business. Some people might come across this video and they think it's just another video that I'm making. No, this is the video that I will leave for my grandchildren for when they start a business, that I would want them to watch this video, because this is real deal stuff. So now you're advertising, your marketing. If it's not working for you, then you're not putting your feeling into it. People are going to buy feelings first, and then they're going to go with logic later. So reevaluate what you're doing. It doesn't matter if you're selling grass cutting. People don't want to spend time. Like for me, I don't cut the grass at my house. I never wanted to cut the grass. When I was cutting the grass in my house, I was like, oh man, just don't feel like doing it. But went out there and did it because my wife likes she liked cutting the grass. But I was like, I don't like cutting the grass. And when we ended up getting the service and they did it, it made me feel good. So that's still an emotional feeling. Yeah, they're cutting the grass. That's a task that they do for us. But for me, it was emotional feeling because I felt good not having to cut the grass. I felt good coming home, the grass was cut. Email, autoresponders. There are companies out there that you can utilize to build lists and then to communicate with the people who were interested in what you had to offer. Now, if you utilize email autoresponders and you're not getting the response that you think you should get from emailing out to your subscribers, and I'm not talking about buying a list and dumping out spam email to people. I'm talking about running your ads, generating leads, and then communicating with those leads. You will learn from the responses back from, number one, the first thing is when you email out to people, you're going to learn real quick that people don't respond the way that you might think that they should respond. So that way, that's going to give you a message. That's going to give you a signal that you are not communicating with people the way that you need to be communicating with them. And they're going to need to be communicated with feeling first. So even in an email, a simple email, it's going to have to talk about what you do, but you're going to have to utilize feelings in that. And that's going to take some work. It's not going to be something that's easily done. It's going to take some testing, time after time after time, and you will be able to see the results because you will see people who open your email. So that first emotional opening to get people to open your email is your first test, and then the next one is going to be to get people to read the email, and then the next thing is going to be to get people to click through on the email. So there's several little pieces of that. But again, you got to have feeling in there, because if you're just going to throw some stuff up, people are not going to care. You're not going to get good results. Next thing is, if you make videos, if you do stuff on YouTube, you do stuff on any of the platforms, you got to make sure that you are you. Don't try to make a video to satisfy a whole bunch of different people. No, you make a video about what you want to talk about. Just like I'm making this video, and if people like it, they like it. If people don't like it, they don't. It does not matter to me. I'm not making videos to make people like the video. I'm making videos because this is stuff that I want to get across to people, information, real information, to let them know what you have to do to become successful in today's world. Website. If your website is not producing, if you go on Google and you type in what is the average time that someone spends on a website, it's like 3 to 5 seconds. So if you can't convince them in 3 to 5 seconds, they are gone from your website. This was something when I made my website, and I made one of my company's websites, and people would go to that website that did not need the service, and they were intrigued with the website, not because of all the stuff on what it looked like, because it actually spoke to people. When I make my website, my pages, I actually make it to like I'm speaking to one individual. Like you go through this, you go through that. Like they like, man, you just like you were speaking to me. Someone commented on one of my videos the other day, and they were thinking like like it seemed like I was reading their mind at that time when I got to a certain point in the video. It's not really about reading the mind. It's about, I know how we think as individuals. And if you start to understand how people think as individuals, and you start to put that information into your emails, put that information into your marketing, your advertising, put that information into your website, you are well on your way to doubling your money and even going further than that. Sales pages, same thing. On your website, every website should have a sales page. This is a page that's like, if people go to it, all of your marketing goes there, all of your emails, when you're using your email autoresponder, it all goes back to that sales page. And that sales page is going to answer everything that customer would need, or that potential customer would need to know to be able to make a decision based off of, make a decision to do business with you. So they're going to need to see testimonials if you have testimonials, demonstrations if you have demonstrations. It's going to have information, everything that you believe that person needs to know on a logical level and on a emotional level to be able to make a decision. Because what will end up happening if you do that, the person will say, even though this, and people have said this to me, even though that other company charges less money, something felt right about going with you. What feels right about going with me when people say that is because I know what they are deep down thinking about when they're making those decisions. And they're not thinking about some logic that you think that they are. It's not like going to the store and buying a package of M&Ms or something, or candy bar. No, people are making decisions daily on products and services that they want to buy, and there are companies out there that sell the same thing. What is going to be the difference between them choosing you or choosing someone else? And no, you're not going to get everybody, but you're going to get your fair share of people if you do what I'm telling you to do in this video. And that also goes for appointment pages. Some people can't sell directly from their website, like insurance agents or real estate agents, but you better bet you still need to get something in place that's going to have people come in and want to either schedule an appointment with you so you can have the opportunity to present what you had to offer. And then the next thing, I'm going to close it out here with ChatGPT. Now, everybody is using ChatGPT for all types of stuff, but what I want you to do is I want you to go to ChatGPT and I want you to type in something that you really, 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 really deep down, maybe you won't even tell anybody, something that you need help with. And I want you to understand the feeling that you got when you asked that question. That's the feeling that I want you to put into answering putting together your offers for your product and service, product or service for people that you're going to be serving. So see, I just did a little flip-flop trick on you. You go to ChatGPT and you ask ChatGPT something that you really deeply want to get an answer to. And I want you to think about the feeling that you're getting as you're typing that in. The feeling that you're getting, because right there it's like a split second. That feeling that you're getting, that's what you need to package up and put that into your marketing for your clients. You need to put that into your emails for your clients. You need to put that in your videos for your clients. You need to put that into your website. You need to put that into your sales page or your appointment page. That little bitty piece that made you feel a certain way. It's going to be a feeling. You're going to have to figure out how to express that with your product or service that you're selling. And there's going to be a way to do it. And this is part of the homework. When people say, well, why can two people make a business, same amount of money invested, business A, failure, business B, successful. And people always wonder, they think that it had to be something, why was they successful and that one wasn't successful? It comes down to that little bitty piece right there that I just told you. When I look back at the successes that I have in business, it was when I went and I broke down those little bitty pieces in marketing classes in college and classes or at Harvard. They call this segmentation. But they really don't. Like, you might have watched some videos, and I've watched some videos here on YouTube from some Harvard business classes, and they talk about you segment down into a segment, and you try to see how you can pull out customers from that segment, and then you can scale it up. But what they don't really go into on there is that what you're actually doing is getting to an emotional trigger with that segment. And the only way that you're going to understand how to get to that emotional trigger is to understand how we think as individuals. So when I told you to go to ChatGPT and you put in that information, there is a process of you, number one, thinking about what you want to ask. There is a thought process of you going ahead and deciding to go ahead and actually put that into ChatGPT. Because just because I tell you to do it, don't mean you're going to do it. So there's going to be some sort of thought process in your mind that's going to say, okay, I'm going to just go ahead and do it. And when you type that in, there's going to be a feeling that you get when you do that. But the whole process is what is going to make you follow through to go ahead and do it. Even though I said go ahead and do it, that doesn't mean everybody that's watching this video is going to do it. So what is going to be that thought? What is that thought process? I want you to pay attention to everything from going ahead and just saying, I'm just going to do it. So what are you thinking right then when you want to do it, because that little piece is what they don't really understand in school. They in these marketing schools and all this stuff is they some of them do, not all of them, but they don't really break down the thought process that goes through people's mind. They just kind of relate it on, it makes my life easier, this and that. Well, how does it make your life easier? And why does it even matter if it makes your life easier? Because that's where you start to back up and you start to see the beginning thought processes, the action that the thought process that allows an individual to go ahead and take the action. Because people can want stuff all day, but they may not take action. There's not strong enough pull to make them take action. So what can you do at the beginning to tell them at the beginning to go ahead and have them take it's part of it is emotion. What is that process of that thought process that they're going to have to be going through to get them to make that action? And when you do that, that makes your business, that's why business B is going to be so successful and business A is going to be struggling or go out of business. All right. I invite you to subscribe to the channel, post your questions and comments, do your homework, and I want you to report back to me on this video how you did. This is Stephen A. Williams with Making Money with Stephen A. Williams here on YouTube.